11. Bagh Bazar, 3rd December 1889. Dear Sir, I have not heard from you for a long time. I hope you are doing well in body and mind. Two of my brother disciples are shortly leaving for Varanasi. One is Rakhal by name, the other is Subodh. The first named was beloved of my master and used to stay much with him. Please recommend them to some satra, house of alms, during their stay in the city, if you find it convenient. You will hear from them all my news. With my best regards and greetings, yours, etc., Vivekananda. P.S. Gangadhar is now proceeding to Kailas. The Tibetans wanted to slash him up on the way, taking him to be a spy of the foreigners. Eventually, some lamas kindly set him free. We obtained this news from a Tibet-going trader. Gangadhar's blood won't cool down before seeing Lhasa. The gain is that his physical endurance has grown immensely. One night he passed uncovered on a bed of snow, and that without much hardship. Vivekananda. 12. Baranagar, Calcutta, 13th December 1889. Dear Sir, I have all particulars from your letter, and from Rakhal's which followed. I came to know of your meeting. I have received the pamphlet written by you. A kind of scientific Advaitism has been spreading in Europe ever since the theory of the conservation of energy was discovered. But all that is Parinamavada, evolution by real modification. It is good you have shown the difference between this and Shankara's Vivartavada, progressive manifestation by unreal superimposition. I can't appreciate your citing Spencer's parody on the German transcendentalists. He himself is fed much on their doles. It is doubtful whether your opponent, Goff, understands his Hegel sufficiently. Anyway, your rejoinder is very pointed and thrashing. Yours, etc., Vivekananda. 13. Baidyanath, 26th December 1889. Dear Sir, after a long attempt, I think I am now in a position to present myself before you. In a day or two, I take myself to your feet at Holy Kashi. I have been putting up here for some days with a gentleman of Calcutta, but my mind is much longing for Varanasi. My idea is to remain there for some time and to watch how Vishwanatha and Annapurna deal it out to my lot. And my resolve is something like either to lay down my life or realize my ideal. So help me the Lord of Kashi. Yours, etc., Vivekananda. 14. Allahabad, 30th December 1889. Dear Sir, I wrote in a letter to you that I was to go to Varanasi in a day or two, but who can nullify the decree of Providence? News reached me that a brother disciple, Yogen by name, had been attacked with smallpox after arriving here from a pilgrimage to Chitrakuta, Omkarnath, etc., and so I came to this place to nurse him. He has now completely recovered. Some Bengali gentlemen here are of a greatly pious and loving disposition. They are very lovingly taking care of me, and their importunate desire is that I should stay here during the month of Magha, January-February, keeping the Kalpa vow. But my mind is very keenly harping on the name of Varanasi and is quite agog to see you. Yes, I am going to try my best to slip away and avoid their importunities in a day or two and betake myself to the holy realm of the Lord of Varanasi. If one of my monastic brother disciples, Achyutananda Saraswati by name, calls on you to enquire of me, please tell him I am soon coming to Varanasi. He is indeed a very good man and learned. I was obliged to leave him behind at Bankipore. Are Rakhal and Subodh still there in Varanasi? Please inquire and inform me whether the Kumbha fair this year is going to be held at Haridwar or not. Many a man of wisdom, of piety, many a sadhu, holy man, and pandit have I met in so many places, and I have been very much favored by them. But bhinna ruchirhi lokaha, men are of varying tastes. Raghuvansham. I know not what sort of soul affinity there is between us, for nowhere else does it seem so pleasing and agreeable as with you. Let me see how the Lord of Kashi disposes. Yours, etc., Vivekananda. My address is care of Govinda Chandra Basu, Chowk, Allahabad. 15. Salutation to Sri Ramakrishna, Allahabad, 5th January 1890. My dear Sir, I am very sorry to hear of your illness from your kind note. The gist of the letter I wrote to you about your change to Baidyanath was that it would be impossible for a man of weak and extremely delicate physique like you to live in that place unless you spent a good deal of money. If change be really advisable for you, And if you have deferred it so long simply to select a cheaper place and that sort of thing, it is certainly a matter of regret. Baidyanath is excellent so far as the air is concerned, but the water is not good. It upsets the stomach. I used to suffer from acidity every day. I have already written you a letter. Have you got it? Or finding it a bearing letter, have you left it to its fate? In my opinion, if you have to go away for a change, the sooner the better. But pardon me, you have a tendency to expect that everything should fit in exactly with your requirements. But unfortunately, such a state of things is very rare in this world. Atmanam satatam rakshet. One must save oneself under any circumstances. Lord have mercy is all right, but he helps him who helps himself. If you simply try to save your purse, will the Lord arrange the change for you by drawing on his ancestral capital? If you think you have so much reliance on the Lord, don't call in the doctor, please. If that does not suit you, you should go to Varanasi. I would have already left this place, but the local gentleman would not give me leave to depart. But let me repeat once more, if change is actually decided upon, please do not hesitate out of miserliness. That would be suicide, and not even God can save a suicide. Please convey my compliments to Tulsi Babu and the rest. Yours affectionately, Vivekananda. 16. Care of Babu Satish Chandra Mukherjee, Gora Bazar, Ghazipur, 21st January 1890. Dear Sir, I reached Ghazipur 3 days ago. Here I am putting up in the house of Babu Satish Chandra Mukherjee, a friend of my early age. The place is very pleasant. Close by flows the Ganga, but bathing there is troublesome, for there is no regular path, and it is hard work wading through sands. Babu Ishan Chandra Mukherjee, my friend's father, that noble-hearted man of whom I spoke to you, is here. Today he is leaving for Varanasi, whence he will proceed to Calcutta. I again had a great mind to go over to Kashi, but the object of my coming here, namely an interview with the Babaji, has not yet been realized, and hence the delay of a few days becomes necessary. Everything here appears good. The people are all gentlemen, but very much westernized, and it is a pity I am so thoroughly against every affectation of the Western idea. Only my friend very little affects such ideals. What a frippery civilization is it indeed that the foreigners have brought over here? What a materialistic illusion have they created? May Vishwanatha save these weak-hearted. After seeing Babaji, I shall send you a detailed account. Yours, etc., Vivekananda. P.S. Alas for the irony of our fate, that in this land of Bhagwan Shuka's birth, renunciation is looked down upon as madness and sin. 17. Ghazipur, 31st January 1890. Dear Sir, it is so very difficult to meet the Babaji. He does not step out of his home, and when willing to speak at all, he just comes near the door to speak from inside. I have come away with having just a view of his garden house with chimneys tapering above and encircled by high walls. No means of admittance within. People say there are cave-like rooms within where he dwells, and he only knows what he does there, for nobody has had a peep. I had to come away one day sorely used up with waiting, but shall take my chance again. On Sunday I leave for holy Varanasi, only the Babus here won't let me off. Otherwise, all my fancy to see the Babaji has flattened down. I am prepared to be off today, but anyhow, I am leaving on Sunday. What of your plan of going to Rishikesh? Yours, etc., Vivekananda. P.S. The redeeming feature is that the place seems healthy. 18. Ghazipur, 4th February 1890. Dear Sir, received your kind note, and through supreme good fortune, I have obtained an interview with Babaji, a great sage indeed. It is all very wonderful, and in this atheistic age, a towering representation of marvelous power born of bhakti and yoga. I have sought refuge in his grace, and he has given me hope, a thing very few may be fortunate enough to obtain. It is Babaji's wish that I stay on for some days here, and he would do me some good. So following this saint's bidding, I shall remain here for some time. No doubt this will give you also much pleasure. I don't mention them in a letter, but the facts are very strange indeed, to be disclosed when we meet. Unless one is face to face with the life of such men, faith in the scriptures does not grow in all its real integrity. Yours, etc., Vivekananda. 19. Ghazipur, 7th February 1890. Dear sir, I feel very happy to hear from you just now. Apparently, in his features, the Babaji is a Vaishnava, the embodiment, so to speak, of yoga, bhakti, and humility. His dwelling has walls on all sides with a few doors in them. Inside these walls, there is one long underground burrow wherein he lays himself up in samadhi. He talks to others only when he comes out of the hole. Nobody knows what he eats, and so they call him Pavhari Baba. Once he did not come out of the hole for 5 years, and people thought he had given up the body. But now again he is out. But this time he does not show himself to people and talks from behind the door. Such sweetness in speech I have never come across. He does not give a direct reply to questions but says, "What does this servant know?" But then fire comes out as the talking goes on. On my pressing him very much, he said, "Favor me highly by staying here some days." But he never speaks in this way. So from this I understood he meant to reassure me, and whenever I am importunate, he asks me to stay on. So I wait in hope. He is a learned man, no doubt, but nothing in the line betrays itself. He performs scriptural ceremonials, for from the full moon day to the last day of the month, sacrificial oblations go on. So it is sure he is not retiring into the hole during this period. How can I ask his permission? For he never gives a direct reply. He goes on multiplying such expressions as "this servant," "my fortune," and so on. If you yourself have a mind, then come sharp on receipt of this note, or after his passing away, the keenest regret will be left in your mind. In 2 days you may return after an interview. I mean a talk with him ab intra. My friend Satish Babu will receive you most warmly. So do come up directly you receive this. I shall meanwhile let Babaji know of you. Yours, etc., Vivekananda. P.S. Even though one can't have his company, no trouble taken for the sake of such a great soul can ever go unrewarded. 20. Ghazipur, 13th February 1890. Dear Sir, I am in anxiety to hear of your illness. I am also having some sort of a pain in the loins which, been aggravated of late, gives much trouble. For 2 days I could not go out to meet Babaji, and so a man came from him to inquire about me. For this reason I go today. I shall convey your countless compliments. Fire comes out, that is, a wonderful devotion to Guru and resignation are revealed, and such amazing endurance and humility I have never seen. Whatever good things I may come by, sure you have your share in them. Yours, etc., Vivekananda.